Okay, just got this boring bar in the mail from banggood.com. Takes the trigon inserts. Part number of this boring bar is S20R-MWLNR08. It's a 20 millimeter by 200 millimeter in length boring bar. It's got flats on the top and bottom, and then as you can see, the head is angled at approximately about 5 degrees or so. I don't know if it's 5 or 7. Looks good. The finish on it is I mean, just perfect. So far, just by appearance, it looks great. I paid $12 for this boring bar. That was, I think that's free shipping. I can't remember. And that it included one insert. The insert is a trigon, and it's actually got 6 sides. So it's got 3 on the top, 3 of the corners. You flip it over, it's got 3 more on the bottom. So it's a negative rake insert. So I'm going to chuck it up here, and we'll do a little boring with it. We'll see how it does. This is the container it came in. Never heard of the brand. Obviously, it's a Chinese brand. I have not been familiar with banggood.com until about a month ago. I ordered a couple things from them just to basically try them out. I was real happy with the stuff I got. So I figured, for $12, I'll try this boring bar. I need a decent boring bar. I've yet to really find a good one. This one looked good. And I've got a turning tool that takes these trigon inserts, and that's my favorite turning tool. It's the one that takes the trigon inserts. So I'm going to get this boring bar loaded up in the holder, and I'll get a little piece of stock. We'll get it in the chuck, and we'll see how it does. Okay, got her all clamped in. Got it on center. Actually, I got the tip about 1 or 2 thousandths above center. Whenever I put this insert in, it fit perfect. You got the center screw here that you loosen off. You put the insert in, you tighten it up, and it actually sucks it up against the shoulder. Then you got this top clamp that puts downward clamp on it just to make sure it doesn't pop off there. But yeah, I mean, it looks to me like the machining is spot on. So let's get this thing fired up, and we'll see how it does. I'm going to slow down the feed rate just a little bit. I don't know what kind of material this is. It's just a piece of tube that I have. I mean, the finish is nice. I don't know how that's coming in. It, of course, that insert, it didn't break no kind of chip. Could take a heavier cut, I guess. The one thing I let me see what the, I'm not sure what the inner diameter of this is, but this clamp, this top clamp is wanting to hit. This might be a little bit small diameter to, that's about almost 1.25 inches. Probably started out, I don't know, maybe 1.125 inches or so inner diameter. And that clamp, as you can see, it's just started rubbing right there. So I don't know what the minimum inner diameter is for this boring bar for it to clear. But you want at least, I'm going to have to say at least 1/4 inch, maybe even 1.5 inches. Let's go ahead and do another cut. In fact, yeah, let me slow it down just a little bit more, just to see what kind of finish we can get. That's a long stringy chip, if you want to call it a chip. That's a finger cutter is what that is. I mean, the finish is great. I like the finish. It's doing a good job. I don't know how deep I could actually. I'll feed it by hand. We'll see how deep we can go in before this clamp hits. Do not like those chips at all. Like I say, I don't know what kind of material. This is just a piece of tube is what I'm trying this on. So I don't know. I don't know what kind of material it is. I don't know what they make this stuff out of. It's just a piece of tube. But I mean, it's not doing too bad. The finish is great. All in all, I'm happy with it. I don't like the chip, but I mean, what can you expect from these Chinese inserts and not knowing what this material is? But all in all, for $13, it was $12.99, and that's with one insert. Also, got this from the same site. Takes the same insert. This is by far my favorite turning tool. I've got others, and this one right here that takes the trigon inserts, I love. It does a great job. So now I've got a matching boring bar to go with it, and it's doing good. Banggood.com. I think I paid $20 for this tool, and that was with 10 inserts. It came with 10 inserts. $12.99 for the boring bar. Boring bar, like I say, is 200 millimeters in length It's 20 millimeters thick in diameter. It takes the trigon inserts. It takes is a WNMG0804 insert. They sell them there on the same site, and they're pretty, for 10 of them, I think they're like $11. So, I mean, you can't beat that. You get 6 sides on those inserts, so that's a pretty good value. Anyway, that's all I got.